Hello, I'm Stephen Monkey Mason and welcome to The Good, The Bad and The What the Fuck 7 Corey Haim Movies Volume 2. Now let's get to this started, eh? First one is, right beside the screen out, Snowboard Academy. Mid-90s movie, 96, 97-ish. Corey Haim stars alongside Jim Varley and Bridget Nielsen. Sorry, Sylvester Stallone's ex-wife. This is a comedy set in the ski slope where skiers are going against snowboarders. A lot of shenanigans with Ernest being the new handyman. And there's a competition on who gets the mountain. It is a proper what the fuck movie. It's a bad movie. This is sort of a rip and remake of this Ski Patrol. This movie is absolutely awesome. This is a late 80s, early 90s movie. It's never seen the light of day on DVD. It has recently been on UK Netflix. If you haven't seen it, it's awesomely funny. And that's what this film wants to be. Pretty much Corey Haim must have just took like a vacation, goes snowboarding, you know. It's a bad movie, to be honest with you. It's got a lot of chapter selections, 28 chapter selections, wow. Definitely wow. Wow, real genius. Ghostbusters, an advert for some other DVDs in this box. And some of the chapter selections are 1, The Start, Red Eagle 1, Ski Patrol. Red Eagle 1 Ski Patrol, see, it even knows it's a rip-off of Ski Patrol. So that is a total what the fuck movie. Next one is Corey Haim's last ever, if you wipe the side of the screen out, appearance in a big budget movie. It's Crank 2, High Voltage. Corey Haim has a support role in this. If you haven't seen Crank 1, Jason Statham is clearly dead as he falls out the helicopter, but he's been brought to life and his heart's been stolen and he runs around trying to charge himself. Haim pops up as Amy Smart's new boyfriend, has a big blonde rockin' mullet. He isn't in the film much, but it was good to see him back on the big screen. This is a really good film. It is definitely a good film to watch. Get rid of that. I'm going to do this one really quickly. Next up, wipe beside the screen out, Dream a Little Dream 2. Now Dream a Little Dream is one of my most hated movies of the two Coreys together. It is batshit crazy. And this came along about 8 years later. The front cover man, Corey Haim, just looks absolutely smashed off his head. And he does on the back as well. What's this about? Corey Haim, Corey Feldman, rocking Wacko Jacko on the front cover as well. This is about a pair of glasses that get sent to them. I did reference this in the Corey Feldman there. What the bad, what the fuck, good, the bad, and what the fucks. I'm doing this really quickly. I do apologise for my mistakes. They get a pair of glasses, and whoever puts the glasses on does what the other one's thinking. It's a real crime caper. There's a scene in the movie, now this is on YouTube, the whole film. There's a scene in the movie where Corey Feldman's run up the same staircase for about 5 different takes. And you can just see the palm tree every single take. It's absolutely hilarious. That is an okay movie. It's not a good movie. It's a sequel, cash in. Yeah, it's a bad movie. So that's so far that's been a really good movie with Crank 2. An absolute what the fuck with good, oh fucking hell. I'm gonna just keep on going here. Don't watch them last two, don't watch the last two movies. Wow, totally fucking this up. Watch Crank 2, don't watch Dream a Little Dream 2, and don't watch Snowboard Academy, but watch Ski Patrol. Right, next one. I recently watched this. This is Never Too Late. This is a VHS import. It's quite hard and rare to get hold of on DVD. And it is a flip around cover. So on the flip side of this, it's a first independent movie. This has a lovely couples and all that there. This is a really good movie. Now Corey Haim, it's a Canadian movie. Corey Haim is a supporting actor as he plays one of the grandsons. And this is about an old people's home. This guy on the front here, I think he's called Matt Craven, is basically stealing money off old people when they pass away. And all these people at the sides are trying to get the money back. It's a really smart movie. It's a drama, a little bit of comedy. Corey Haim plays not a cross-dresser. He's in a bondage, doing a bondage play of Romeo and Juliet. You know, has some great one-liners. He is quite good in it. I do recommend checking this out. You know, so that's a good one. It's heavy and I've just dropped it. Whoops. Right, get away with that. Next one is a horror movie. Wipe the side of the screen down. Viva Lake. Again, another mid-90s movie. Corey Haim going back to horror. I watched this recently. It stars Mario Lopez from Saved by the Bell. Storyline is this. A group of friends go to a cabin in the woods by the lake, and there's some kind of murders going on, and spoiler alert, Corey Haim is possessed by the lake. There's an Indian guy walking around. It's got some really bad endings. We've got some really bad ends. The ending is fucking terrible. It's got this weird look of Haim looking out the back. It's one of them films where Haim like doesn't die and he's the bad guy. Spoiler alert. It does, however, have some proper bloodlust in it. Some weird practical effects as well, but and green eyes. This is an okay movie if you like horrors, to be honest with you. An okay movie. There was something I wanted to remember about that. I've only just watched it. It is forgettable. It's a typical slasher movie. But you know. Right, next one. We wipe the side of the screen down. Lost Boys 2, also known as Lost Boys the Tribe. Now, Corey Feldman is a big part of the movie. And basically, going back to how this video really should have started, Corey Feldman had some iconic movies. Friday the 13th, 4, 5, Lost Boys, Goonies, Gremlins, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Corey Haim, on the other hand, had pretty much Lost Boys, and maybe he's a sleeper hit called Lucas. And it's pretty mental to look at how many iconic things they had. Now, when they came around to doing Lost Boys 2, Haim and Jameson Newlander and Corey Feldman in the Two Corey Show were talking about trying to do a sequel, when Warner Brothers were already going to do a sequel and had already offered Corey Haim a part in the movie. Now, Haim comes along and there's a bit of an absolute fallout. He had a massive breakdown on the set because the film's ending does not make any sense. Now, spoiler alert, again. The movie ends with Corey Haim and Corey Feldman meeting head on, and you don't see what happens. That is the last time they were ever together in a movie, which is quite eerie. Corey Haim does appear in flashback footage in the third Lost Boys, but they do hence saying that Corey Haim was killed at the end of it. Now, Jameson Newlander is credited at the end of this movie, right? Jameson Newlander is not in the cut of the movie. There's an alternative ending where Haim turns up, he's been bitten, and he's looking ill on the footage, mind. He's been bitten, and Jameson Newlander, the bad Frog Brother, is coming to town to wreak havoc. Now, I think that was meant to be the original ending. It should have been the ending, and it could have set up a really good third film. But yeah, I really do like The Lost Boys the Tribe. It is sort of a reimagination of the original. It's got a lot of humour, it's gory, its special effects though, especially when she turns to stone and blows up, is pretty shit. But it is a good movie to watch if you haven't seen it. Right, get rid of that. I've been ranting on about The Lost Boys. Next up, I just mentioned this before, wipe the side of the screen out, Lucas. One of Corey Haim's best on-screen performances, along with Charlie Sheen, Kerry Green from the Goonies, and Winona Ryder's first ever movie. Corey Haim plays a little geek named Lucas, and basically he's in the bugs, and he befriends Kerry Green. Is Kerry Green? Yeah. Befriends Kerry Green as she moves to the school. Charlie Sheen becomes Kerry Green's boyfriend. Lucas doesn't know what to do, and out to prove himself, he joins a football team. He's a little kid and pretty much gets ran over by the jocks. It's got a lot of heart, it's got a lot of soul, this movie. It's definitely worth checking out. It is a missing hidden gem of the 80s. Yeah, it is definitely worth a watch if you haven't seen it. Right, get rid of that. Next up, I will apologise for the following. Wipe the side of the screen down. The 00 Kid. The box alone should say trouble here. Corey Haim again with Bridget Nielsen and his girlfriend at the time, Nicole Eggert. 00 Kid is a wannabe James Bond movie, but it is so fucking badly made. It's unbelievable. Storyline is he goes to deliver a package in LA and then goes on the run with this girl and basically ends up on this you call it money cash pot. The baddie in the movie is called Cash Pot, and basically has a room full of games where you die, you play the games, and it makes no sense because it's a driving game, and all of a sudden, like, the guy's just driving the car and he'd be on the video screen, he would crash, and then all of a sudden the car would flip upside down. You think, how is that even possible? Who commissioned this fucking movie? It is a total fucking what the fuck movie. Absolute what the fuck movie. Do not watch that. Right, next, well, the last two, wipe the side of the screen down. Dream Machine. Coming off the hype of The Lost Boys and rolling into the early 90s, Dream Machine came out, and this isn't a comedy, it's a thriller if anything. Pretty much this movie is A kid dreams of having a Porsche, and at the start of the movie a guy is killed and shoved in his Porsche, and his wife thinks he's having an affair. So the wife gives Corey Haim a Porsche, and he goes driving around for a couple of days with a dead guy in his trunk. And obviously it's a Porsche, so the trunk's at the front of the car. The killer goes after Corey Haim, trying to track him down. It's an okay movie. It's worth a watch. It's never been released on DVD in the UK. It's hard to come by on VHS. Again, it's probably on YouTube. It is worth a watch, but it's not like a comedy or anything like that. Right, next one, last one. Wipe the side of the screen down. Fast Getaway 2. The sequel to Fast Getaway, obviously, has all the original cast back in. And I used to have this as a flip cover. Now this is a sample video, and it's an amazing technology, this. When you watch this, a time code appears at the top and in print all the time you're watching it for promotional use. They used to send these out to get video shops to rent them. Now, it's a first independent production, and I was looking at why Corey Haim's flying through the sky, because at no point in the movie this happens. And the only fast getaway of this is there's a chase scene, and is one of the most highly amusing chase scenes you may ever see in a film. Basically, Corey Haim tries to escape the FBI. He runs out of the back of the house, jumps on a plank of wood, surfboards all the way down this gravel hill, right? Then jumps across a few houses, jumps across a massive wall and lands right in the middle of someone's swimming pool. So I'm guessing there was a picture of that when he jumped. So he's soaking wet, he's wearing cream, so obviously cream turns to brown when it's wet, you know. He's running through the desert. He then runs across a log. He's bone dry when he does this, and then he's wet again. And then there's this massive chase scene where the music will be all like nice and ground, and he'll be like running, and then it cuts to proper power running by the FBI, and he probably gets closer as he's running, and then and it's so amusing. I definitely recommend you watching that because it made me laugh. The storyline in it, it's really poor. It's pretty much just all been shot in Arizona over a couple of weeks, I imagine. The plot is Haim is a bank agent, a bit like Sneakers, goes in, robs a bank, and tests the security. Cast from the first one get involved, and yeah, it's a pretty poor 90s movie, but it is enjoyable for that whole chase scene. Right, I've been Steve Monkey Mason. This has been The Good, The Bad, The What The Fuck 7. I do apologise for any Corey Haim fans out there if I've just butchered and made loads of mistakes, but I've got a lot of stuff to film today on top of this. But yeah, I am a big fan of the Coreys. I am not out dissing them on this. Do check out a few of them. Do not bother checking out the other ones. This will not be the last Corey Haim one, as there will be a volume 3. But next time there will be a brand new actor added to this category, and his name is Scott Adkins. Adkins. It's going to be fun. Thanks for watching. Goodbye. E.G. going home. Me and E.T. are just hanging out waiting for Annie to get out of the shower. She might have drowned or something, I'm not sure. But while that, I'm going to see if Corey Haim is actually in Wishmaster 2. Now, IMDb says he's the uncredited bank robber. I'm not sure. Annie just watched it. She said it doesn't look like him. So I'm going to find out and let you know. Okay, I've just watched the start of Wishmaster 2, where Corey Haim is meant to be the uncredited bank robber. There's 3 bank robbers. It's a museum they rob. One of them gets shot, you don't see who he is. The other one is definitely not Corey Haim. The other one is definitely not Corey Haim because it's a chick. So, is Corey Haim, was Corey Haim in Wishmaster 2? Is this in Good, The Bad, and The What The Fucks? I'm not sure. So, yeah. Okay, it's an outtake for you. See, he's dry there.
How did he not see him standing there behind there with that sign?